Hello, hello, hello. What's going on, everyone? It's Camille Prosperity out of Savannah, Georgia. And I am so sad. Even though I'm smiling, it's just a front. But I am so sad to do this video. I have been dreading this day. Um, this is going to come as a shock to many of you, as it is a shock to me. Well, it was a shock to me when I found out. But many of you have been following my journey. So come on in the room. Come on in the room. I'm going to tell you now, if you're watching on YouTube, I want you to hit that thumbs up because you'll like this video. It will help you out greatly. Okay. And if you're watching on Facebook, YouTube, tell me where you are watching from. Tell me if you've been following my virtual assistant. That is what VA stands for. Tell me if you've been following my journey from the beginning. And I definitely want to know if I've made you think about getting a VA for your own business. What's going on, my sis? I see Rachel Ewing in the house. Yes, always showing love and support. Hey, girly, you were on night in the wee hours of the morning, isn't it? But guys, I'm going to bring up my buddy, my virtual assistant shortly, but a little bit of housekeeping right quick. Again, remember where you guys are dropping in from. I have to always show love and support for those who support me. Y'all, I have videos. Some of them have a few hundred views. Some of them have thousands of views. Right now on my community text list, I have like 3,600 something people. And that is not a free service for me. It's free for you right now, but it's not free for me. And so the charge for that is pretty hefty. And there are people who donate to me to help me cut down on my costs so that I can give it free to all of you. All right, regardless of whether you can donate to me or not. So I have to shout out those people right now. They are my boy, Kevin Lamar Kantz, coming through with the full government name. He is a faithful donor. Him and his beautiful wife, they tap into my information. Kev, I appreciate you so much, bruh. Tara Jefferson as well, my sis. Tamara Merges, Rashim Mitchell, and Desreen Jackson, along with, last but not least, my girl Latina Saab. That she's Saab 18 on Facebook. So definitely, again, shout out to the CashApp crew. It's always the few who take care of the many. And the top sponsor was Tamara Merges. So she is the sponsor of this video. Thank you so much, Tamara. I hope it's not Tamara. It's Tamara, right? Girl, let me know. All right. So without further ado, I'm going to bring on my buddy.
Hi, everyone.
Cypher, why you look like you just woke up? Hi, everyone. So for those of you who do not know, this is Cypher, aka Boss Man. My virtual assistant, I use VA for short. And y'all, so Cypher, the last time we did a video together, it was at the end of your first week.
I believe so, yes.
Yeah,
Hi,
and
Rachel.
and that was not too long ago. And here we are, fast forward, it's been a month. And so, yeah, almost a month. And today is your last day.
Sadly, yes, it is my last day.
Yes. So, first of all, thank you for everything that you've done for me. Thank you for agreeing to do this video. Because just like when I asked you the first time, I was like, watch him be like, no. But you agreed. This is all a part of me documenting my journey. And so the reason why I wanted to do this video, before we answer the questions, and guys, if y'all have any questions, drop them down below. Because this, like, you don't find many people who will even show you their VA. There's not many virtual assistants who will agree to get on camera with their person. Some of them are super shy and they just want to keep to themselves. So, this is an opportunity for you to not only ask me on the front end, but also him on the back end. Anything you want to ask about virtual assistants, okay? And so I wanted to do this video for that reason, because I share with you guys all parts of my life. It was important that I got a virtual assistant who understood that and would rock with me, and Cypher was that dude. I was like, Cypher has to leave me. They were like, no. And my mom said, I even like his name. I said, I know, right? I do too. So I'm just gonna let y'all know Cypher basically he has to today is his last day for personal reasons. It's not anything, there's no bad blood between me and him. So he wasn't fired and he doesn't hate me. You don't hate me, right, Cypher?
Definitely not.
Okay, so there's no bad blood here, but life be lifing. I tell y'all this all the time. And so basically what's going on is, yes, Alice, it's his last day. I have been in denial. But it's really here. And so the reason why it's his last day is because of something personal going on with life. And so he has to move on the island, and where he's going to, it's not going to be the same technological setup. So basically it is kind of impossible for him to do the job. And I asked him, could I share that with y'all? And he said I could. And I'm very appreciative because over here in America, we take a lot of things for granted. So, you know, this what Cypher is going through right now, this would never be an issue for us. Wherever we go, pretty much we will have internet. We will have, you know, we would be able to access the internet and do it, but that's not the case. I was hoping we could work something out, Cypher, but I understand. And Cypher is such a man of integrity. He's like, him, if I can't do the job, you know, the way the job needs to be done, I just can't do the job at all. So, what, where do we start, bruh?
Well, we can start with S Green's question. If it's expensive to have a virtual assistant, would you like to answer that, or would you prefer that I answer that, Kim?
I'm interested to hear what your answer would be.
Oh well, I would say for I guess I would like to use Kim as an example because she's based in the U.S. as most of everyone in the stream, I assume, would be. So it actually on in her firm, her VA firm, specifically IHR Buddy, they mostly employ Philippine-based workers or VAs, and with the difference in standard of living, the costs of getting an assistant from a VA firm that employs virtual assistants in the Philippines compared to employing your own assistant here in the US is just there's just a really huge difference. We're talking around a difference from $4 per hour to $18 per hour or something like that. So honestly, it would be a really it would be a bang, it would get your bang for your buck here.
Now,
Uh,
thank you for that, Cypher. You're 100% correct. Now, S Green, that's a very good question. But when you say, like, is it expensive? Those terms are kind of relative, right? So I want you to understand what's expensive to you might not be expensive to me. And I will tell you this for a fact. Cypher was a godsend. I just like he has life happening on his end. I had some things going on. You don't know about Cypher, but I had some things going on with my family. And to know that he was halfway across the world, 12-hour difference, doing things to optimize my channel, make my have y'all seen like the thumbnails that he's done? And I have a YouTube banner now. And if you're on my team, you've seen him in the groups posting things. It's those little things really add up. Like just a post is little. Banners and thumbnails, I have had that on my to-do list for years and never got around to doing it because it's tons of other stuff on my to-do list. And so when I was visiting with my grandmother, to know that Cypher was working on my thumbnails, working on timestamps, working on things to make the experience better for you all, to me that's priceless. Now, I will tell you this, and this is going to be a part of. I'm going to come out with a course, y'all. So if you need to let me know if you want in on this, and my course is really going to focus on things that you could do to prepare for a VA before you even have one penny to pay them. All right, because there's a lot of things I could have done better. Cypher was extremely patient with me, but when he started the first day, I didn't have nothing, and he was waiting on me to give him stuff. But speaking to what he just said with the difference in currency, I want you all to go right now and look up a currency converter. And I'm not going to tell y'all. I want y'all to do it for yourself. Because I think when you interact with me, you get so much more out of the broadcast. Go right now and look up what is the difference between the USD, the United States dollar, and the Philippine peso. And I want y'all to tell me what the currency conversion is. Now, a little bit more on, is it expensive? The expense also depends on the virtual assistant you get. If you get it's just like doctors, right? So if you go to a general doctor, that's not going to be as expensive as if you get a podiatrist, right? Who specializes in the feet, right? So with a virtual assistant, if you want somebody to like build out funnels, run your Shopify store, something like that, it's going to be more expensive than just an executive assistant. I was very fortunate and very lucky because I got an with your girl. Okay, Cypher was rolling with your girl. So he has a YouTube channel, and that was one of the things that gave him a competitive advantage. I wanted to get somebody who understood YouTube, since YouTube is how I drive my whole entire business, y'all. It's how I make all my money. So I wanted to get somebody who understood that, respected that, and could also benefit from the things that they were doing with my channel on their own channel. So he's not he is technical, very thorough, but it's not like I paid for him like a specialist, but he just took on that role and he really shined in it. So, ooh, I got a lot of comments here. Everybody's telling you, hey, this is my girl, Nurse Nisha in the house. She said, hey, Cypher. Dang. I don't know why I'm going out. I'm sorry. But she says, so much gratitude for the things we take for granted every day. Thank you, Lord. Yes, sis. Yes. Because I was trying to be like, but Cypher, can we? And he's like, it doesn't work like that over here, Kim.
Thank you, Nisha.
Yes. So Nisha Cypher is a part of Team Excitement. So she has seen you in the group. Yeah, he's been such a huge blessing. We see him in the team chat. Dang, we're gonna miss you. I know, right? We were just getting started. Queen Eris, when do you sleep? You were on with me in the wee hours of the morning / night. And she said, popping in for a minute. Okay, sis, thank you so much. Yes, it does. Hey, Facebook user, how does the SOP documentation processes transition from VA to VA? Ooh, Alice, this is a good question. Okay, Cypher, you want to take that? Well, you know what? Actually, let me do it. I didn't have my SOPs in place, and from what I can tell from those of you who I spoke to at the Free Hive convention at the booth, a lot of you, that is one of your holdups. You're like, I don't have things in place for a virtual assistant. Well, y'all, I didn't either. I just told you that. But Cypher, when you get the right person, like Cypher, they're going to work. They can work it. They're gonna work with you to create SOPs. So like I was just winging it. I would randomly message Cypher and be like, hey, let's do a Facebook call, or let's do a Zoom. And then I would just show him stuff. And then Cypher would take that Zoom recording and cut out the part where I showed him the main thing, and he would make that into an SOP. And he has now like put things in place to help me for whoever they find for me next, to make the transition smooth. Like I said, there's no resentment here. He wasn't like, let's see if you can find somebody better than me. No, he's like, whatever I got to do to help you and help the next person, Kim, I did this, I did that. So, you want to add to that, boss man?
To add to your SOP documentation processes, I would say it's rather easy, as Kim didn't even have to ask me to create the SOPs myself. Most of us really just do it ourselves. But I'd like to say, I'd like to add that if it's your first time employing a virtual assistant, it would be a great help. It would save you a lot of time if you create the SOPs yourself. Otherwise, not having SOPs prepared is fine as well, as most of the executive assistants, VAs, are going to be ready for anything you throw at them, I would say.
And I will say this too, because I might have some first-time viewers. SOPs stand for Standard Operating Procedures. So like when Cypher creates my thumbnails, and I'm going to talk about this in the course, there's a workflow for that. So I just started using StreamYard since being with Cypher. And I'm going to tell you, like, I want to scream Cypher, but I'm trying to be more reserved like you. But I have gotten so much done in this month because I had to do it. because in many respects, I couldn't Cypher, who I was paying for, couldn't go forward until I did it. So when it was just me alone, I was like, doing tomorrow. I didn't get to it. But now with Cypher, with me knowing, okay, he starts tomorrow at what time? Okay, he told me he needs to have this, so I need to get him access to that. And then that forced me to, y'all, it's different when you're working with someone else. Okay? And it's different in the sense that it's better, because when you're by yourself, if you are not hyper disciplined, which I am not, you can tend to get off track very, very quickly. And then before you know it, the days turn into weeks, the weeks turn into months, and then the months turn into years. And you're like, dang, people are blowing past me in their business, and I still haven't done the very basic things. I told you guys, this YouTube channel started, I don't know, like 2016. I didn't even have a banner. Something as simple. I went to do a banner before Cypher, but the dimensions were wrong. The picture was fuzzy. I was like, I ain't got time for it. And I just went on to something else. But Cypher came in and banged that thing out like nothing. And I was like, oh my gosh. I told him like some tweaks, and I didn't even ask him to do the banner. He was just like, Kim, I've been studying some things, and I see we need to do this for your channel. We need to do that for your channel, blah, 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 blah. And I'm telling y'all, it is priceless. While I was doing the things that I have to do, that only I can do, he was doing those back end things. So yeah, as with the documentation process, that workflow, I would, at first I was doing Facebook Lives and then downloading them from Facebook and uploading them to YouTube. When Cypher came in, he took that over. I would take my picture before the video, and I had a different Facebook group that I was putting the picture in. When Cypher came in, he took that picture. He made it into a thumbnail. So there was a rough workflow, but I'm definitely going to, I see so many areas where I could have done much, much better. And again, you guys are going to benefit from my mistakes, because these are things that you can actually do while you are by yourself. The problem is, so many of us are so busy working in our business that we don't take a step back to work on our business. So that was a very, very, very good Cypher. You see what Facebook user said? My thumbnail's looking great. Yes, it was clean. It's like he was in my brain. I was like, that's why Cypher, you're not supposed to be helping them. You're so dang on helpful. Rachel said, I will work on the assignment. Rachel, it's just a simple go to the Googler. Yeah, I'm looking for someone to build up a Shopify store. Yeah, so there are a lot of people that are looking for things like that. We have specialties, and there's definitely someone that can do that. You just have to be vocal about it. And one thing you need to know, think about S-Green, is whether or not you're going to hire the VA directly yourself, or whether you're going to go through a staffing firm like I did. I will tell y'all this. This right here is, I don't be liking a lot of people, but outside of work, I genuinely like Cypher. I asked him where he lived. I started looking up stuff. You don't know this Cypher, but I started looking up YouTube videos, and I was like, oh, that's where he lives and stuff. And he don't post nothing on his Facebook though, so I couldn't Facebook stalk him. It does no good. But and I'll say that too, people are people regardless. I try to treat everybody like I would want them to treat me, whether it's my customer, my team member, my virtual assistant. So yeah, I had an actual interest in him. So that's why it's kind of hard on me too. And Cypher will tell you I'm very unconventional. So yes, when I was talking to him, it wasn't like, Cypher, I need you to do that. I'm like, bruh. But he got me. He got my vibe. He caught my vibe. And I like that too. So I'll tell you this. I am so happy that I hired through a firm, because this is I'm like, oh, I feel like it's not just okay, take one VA out, put another one in. Not for me. So if I had done this myself, right? If I had gone to the site, posted the job description, filtered through all of those responses, found Cypher, bonded with him, connected with him, and then this happened, and I'm not mad that this happened, because life happens. But if this had happened and I did it myself, I ain't gonna lie, y'all, I wouldn't have been able to bounce back so quick. So when Cypher submitted his letter of resignation to me, and he told me why and everything, and then he submitted it to the staffing firm as well, instantly, the man who owns the staffing firm, Ken Collier, the CEO, he reached out to me, and he's like, oh man, dang, I see the things that you post about him, and how everybody is commenting on his work, and he's rocking with you on this journey. He's like, we're going to reach out to him and see, what's going on. I don't know what's going on, and see if we can work something out. And if we can't, we're going to get you another VA, Kim. And so to have all of that taken care of while I'm just in my feelings, it's such a help, because I just don't bounce back like that. I'm old. I can't just be like, okay, let me post up another thing and turn it around the next day. So again, your cost is also going to depend on whether or not you're doing stuff yourself, direct you to VA, or you to a virtual staffing firm to the VA. And there are pros and cons to both. But in this situation, I'm extremely happy that I don't have to deal with this, because I'm still very much in my feelings about it. Trayvon said, meet me on my level. Yes, and Cypher was a pro at doing that, because y'all don't even know. Y'all see me for like 15 minutes to an hour when I'm on this thing. But in real life be life. And why is he leaving? Okay, you came late, sis. Basically, he has to move, and on the island where the place that he's going to on the island, he's not going to have access to the same technology. So yet again, another reason, for us to be thankful and grateful, but it just doesn't work like that. Is that right, Cypher? That's not what I got.
Yeah, that's around.
Is it?
I think the rates changed recently, so I think that's actually correct. That's
So
up to date.
I thought it was 0.019, unless I was wrong.
I think currently it's 0.019 actually.
Yeah. Hold on one second. Currency converter. Cypher, like, I don't be doing the American dollar. I just know I get paid. Yeah.
Oh no, I think it was correct. I think you were calculating from one Philippine peso is to 0.019 US dollars, Kim.
Oh, I was doing it the opposite way.
Yes.
Okay. Because I had something that was 0.019. Okay. So y'all, we're not used to dealing with currency conversion. I've traveled a little bit, so I'm somewhat used to it, but I've never been to the Philippines, and so I was not familiar with their currency. So the long story short is our dollar goes way further over there than it does here. That's the long story short. So again, is it expensive to us? I loosely say no. However, it is a cost that you have to budget for in your business. But like every single cost, like my text list, I'm paying $200 a month now for my text list. Somebody could ask me, is that expensive? I would say no, because I know what the text list, what the return on investment is. Does that make sense to you? But somebody else might be like, $200, because they're trying to do everything in their business for free. So I'm very careful about questions like, is it expensive? Although that was a good question, I just want to qualify my answer. Okay. So my queen, she said, awesome. See, I'm going look at y'all looking it up. Yep. Y'all looking. I'm sorry, Rachel. That was my bad. You're ready for the course, Nisha? Yeah, it's going you. If you know me, you do know me, because Nisha, you took my first ever course, the Square store course. Oh, thank you, Facebook user. Yes, I did a stream last night about my birthday. It started out very bad. It ended much better, and that's partially thanks to y'all. You got that link to the Amazon 15 book? Yes, that book. Shout out to my viewers. Y'all, over 1,500 of those books were ordered just through my referral link. So y'all sold that book out on Amazon. So the same one that you see me holding up in the video is not available anymore, but there is one that has the same code. So we'll talk about that later. Oh, okay. No, you weren't wrong. That was me, Rachel. I bet it's beautiful where he's moving to. It seems like the whole island is beautiful. Kim, how are you liking StreamYard? I love it. Referral link will be down below. In case you can't tell, because look, Nisha, I'm broadcasting to both YouTube and Facebook, and I'm pulling in comments from both. And I don't, how sometimes Facebook doesn't connect. Y'all have seen me try to do interviews, and I'm like, come on, having a whole seance here for Facebook to work, and it's not. Jermaine said, thank you for this info. Thank you for showing up, Jermaine. So yeah, the main thing I want y'all to understand is this. In your business, you think the goal is to make money, and it's not. The goal is to make money and enjoy it. Okay? And you cannot do that if you do not have help, because when you first start a business, you're not going to have no customers. And then when you get customers, you're going to start hopefully growing your customer database, right? Your customer pool. Just from a simple, this is not rocket science, just from a logical perspective. If that pool is growing, but you're still one person, how are you going to equally, the same user experience that brought them to you, how are you going to sustain it? And that's what I found in my business. Like the same things that I did to get my first customers. And I'm so appreciative for the ones that have been rocking with me for years. But they will tell you, like, there are times when when I had no customers, I could jump on a request and be like, I got you. And then as it started growing, some messages started slipping through the cracks, right? Things started lacking. Oh, I'm sorry. Orders started being wrong because I was tired, because I was doing it all by myself. And so me getting a virtual assistant was long overdue. But I kept putting it off because I was like, I'm not ready. I don't know how I'm gonna pay for this. I'm a single parent, y'all. I'm like, I don't know how I'm gonna pay for this. Sales they're up and down. And that's just everybody's sales. I was like, I don't have my SOPs in place. And I bought the microphone, I bought the camera, still hadn't recorded a SOP. And then finally I just said, forget it. Let's just Kim, because I know, like, I was that student in school that would wait until right before the paper is due to do the paper, and then magically the words would come to me, and then I'd be like, why didn't I do this sooner? So I said, I bet you it's going to be the same way with the virtual assistant. And guess what? It was. It really, really was. I wish I had done this so much sooner. And I'm telling some of y'all, you are going to pay the price if you do not. You can only tell your kids, mommy will do that with you another day, so many times. You can only tell your wife or husband, just let me get through this one last email. So I'm telling y'all. Nisha said, that's great. Thank you, Southern Family. He said, just trying to support you. That's all. No. I joke, but I appreciate it. And I'm really happy. But you do know that you don't have to wait on the book. You can also look it up at law.cornell.edu. Okay. So any other questions, guys? Again, this would be the time to ask. You can ask myself. Cypher was nice enough to come on and talk to you guys. In the meantime, in between time, I want to know, and Cypher, feel free to be honest.
Oh, I'd actually like to add something to what you said about running the business alone, and I'd like to say for every aspiring entrepreneur out there, going it alone, it's very noble. But I think a lot of people fail to see the one value, and I think it's pretty underrated with virtual assistants, is that you get a second point of view. If you hire a specialist, an SEO specialist, you get a second point of view. Get someone to, uh, I would say, point out someone who's not afraid to hold you accountable, have someone to give you a second point of view. That would be, I think it was huge for Kim, as I think she was happy with the banners and how I optimized some of her pages. And yeah, that's pretty much. Oh, we have a question here. What made you become a VA, and is it something someone could do as a side hustle only? I would say yes. VAs, especially through staffing firms, you can negotiate as much as you want, depending on, well, your skill level and what you can offer. But some firms could let you off with a flexible schedule. Some do full time, 8 hours, 4 hours, and I would say becoming a VA was one of the biggest, greatest decisions I've made for my early career as a young professional, because it's taught me so much skills, like putting me on the spot. Kim putting me on the spot on live streams like such as these. These are amazing for me, and yes, it's definitely someone that you could do as a side hustle.
And now I want y'all to also understand, because I think this person is in America. Now, understand if you, because some people have asked, like, how do I become a virtual assistant over here? And I met someone in America who is a virtual assistant, but she was a virtual assistant to someone that she knew, and that person trusted her. So I will say this: if you want to become a virtual assistant in America, it will probably be better to offer your services to someone that you know, because a lot of people like myself, we have to look at our budgets for different things. And y'all wouldn't believe it, but just me being a regular schmegular girl, I have a lot of business expenses, a lot. So when I looked at how could I bring on somebody to help me, and if you're in America, you are competing with the ciphers of the world. I'm just gonna tell you the truth. And as you can see, Cypher speaks better than me. And most people that I know, that I grew up with in the South. So, and his skills are on point, everything. So it's pretty competitive. I'm not trying to dissuade anybody, but I'm always going to be honest with y'all. If you're trying to be a virtual assistant in America, most Americans are freelancers. So you'll find them on like Fiverr, on I can't think of the other website, but you'll see they mostly do, especially since you said side hustle, they mostly do one or two things. Like, hey, I'll do a banner for you for this amount. I'll do a graphic for you for that amount. I'll do a logo. I can set up your store for this amount. And it's like assignments versus contracts. Hopefully that makes sense. So Americans mostly do quick assignments. Virtual assistants, a lot of people are going overseas to get long-term contracts with virtual assistants, 40 hours a week. By the way, the staffing firm that I went through, they don't even have VAs part-time, I don't think. They pretty much have everybody 40 hours, so that when you get your virtual assistant, they are only working with you. So I knew Cypher's time wasn't divided between me and this person and that person, and it wasn't like that at all. So I hope that helps answer your question. Rachel White said, so glad I tuned in. I'm sorry, that thumbnail picture, is that a lobster on a car? She said, thanks, so glad I tuned in. Appreciate you both. No, thank you for tuning in. I appreciate your support. And yes, we are very much alike, Southern Family Podcast. I came in late to what site would be used to get someone like this man as a VA. I know, right? He's awesome. Southern Podcast, do me a favor, text hashtag VA Buddy to 404-383-5953. It depends on whether you want to do it directly yourself or go through a VA staffing firm. If you want to hire yourself, there's a wonderful site, and I have a referral link to it, so we can have that discussion once you text VA Buddy, hashtag VA Buddy, to the number down below, 404-383-5953. And if you want to go through the same firm that I went through, where they take care of the IRS paperwork, the insurance, the benefits, they already did. Like, I didn't have to do a background check on Cypher, identity check, labor clearances, all of those things, because the staffing firm already did it. You see what I'm saying? So it depends. But yeah, either way, send that text and I'll be more than happy to help you, because more of us have to do this. I'm seeing too many families fall apart. I'm seeing too many. Let's take this. Block user. Okay. I'm seeing too many families fall apart. I'm seeing too many entrepreneurs that are rich and unhappy because they don't know how to effectively get help. Okay. So, Rachel said, that's one reason why I like you. You keep it 100. Yeah, I'm too old to be fake, Rachel. And entrepreneurship is not always pretty. There are so many sides to it that are very ugly. And that's why a lot of people get disenchanted with it and they quit. They quit before the payoff. And that's so unfortunate, because oftentimes they're so close. But yeah, there's too many people stunting for the gram, and instead of telling you like the real deal. And so I want to be that person to give you guys the real deal. And I'm just so happy that while Cypher was here, he didn't mind me posting our conversations. He didn't mind, so that you guys could see, because some of you like, one of the main objections were people were like, how do I know if they're working? And there were screenshots where I was still asleep. And Cypher was like, good morning, Kim. Just letting you know, I'm starting on my day. And this is what I'll be finishing up this from yesterday. And then I'm going to this for the day. And again, there was something being done in my business even while I was asleep. Before, if I was asleep, stuff just got backed up and I woke up feeling overwhelmed. So the peace of mind that Cypher bought was just like, oh, why didn't I do this so long ago? So yeah, that's why I have to keep it real, Rachel, because the questions that y'all have, they are common questions. They're questions that stop me from moving sooner, and I don't want you guys to wait too late before your kids hate you and your spouse is about to divorce you. I'm just going to be 100% real, because it can happen. All right. Thanks for the transparency from both of you. I feel sad because I started getting used to seeing the team side by side. I know, right? Cypher, you don't know, but a lot of people know you now. I have been watching the VA vids by our HR buddy. Yeah, amazing, right? Work it says, oh, you're a seafood lover. That's the lobster on the card. That is too funny. I love my people. Yes, Cypher always has my back. Yes. Let me see here. He said the experience was love. Appreciate you sharing your first experience. Gratitude. Yeah, and I'm just so thankful to Cypher that he was up for the job, because not a lot of people could rock with your girl. But I want to know, now this is going to be tough, but I want you to keep it real. No hard feelings. We still gonna be friends, Cypher. You're not gonna be able to get rid of me. Don't make me come to the Philippines. But I do want to know, what did you enjoy about working with me? I'm gonna take this for my next VA. But what did you enjoy working with me, and what could I have done better? No hard feelings.
The first thing that came to mind as soon as you said that was definitely your personality. I think we were just really a perfect match. I don't think I could find another employer like you, Kim. I would say, and other than that, it was the clear and concise communication the two of us had. For all of you out there looking for a VA, I think establishing an environment where your VA feels obliged and feels respected, and you two of you have clear communication. I think that is the number one thing people should be working on before they get a VA. How do you want your communication, and what would you prefer? Just make it clear from them from the start. And as for what you could do better, that's really hard to point out, honestly, I would say. But
The SOPs for sure.
maybe some SOPs. And other than that, I would like maybe holding some weekly meetings, some scheduled meetings for talking about new ideas. Maybe some of that, because I have I would say I have some unutilized time on some days. So
That's
some of
good.
those could be actually allocated for weekly meetings, just hangout sessions even, just to see if everything's all right with your VA.
That is okay. Thank you. First of all, thank you for your honest answer. You're 100% right. That's a part of me being unprepared for you. And I will tell y'all this, even if he says I had some underutilized time, Cypher I never felt like he was sitting there just not doing anything. Because at the time, and I already told y'all this in the video, Cypher made me step up my game, because I was like, oh, I need to get this in place for him to do that. And so when I didn't always have it in place, like he would be like, hey, Kim, like there was one assignment that I gave him. It took 18 hours. And in my mind, I don't know why, I was like, this is going to take him the whole week. Cypher was like, I'm on module this, I'm on module that, I'm on module that. And I was like, crap, like he's about to be done. Like it literally took him 18 hours. And yeah, there were a lot of times that he was waiting on me. And so, yes, I have not been the most disciplined. You are absolutely right. As disciplined as he was, that has rubbed off on me. And this is a part of the reason why I call him Boss Man, y'all. That's why I gave him the nickname, because I was like, dang, he works for me, but I feel like I work for him in a good way. In a good way. So I appreciate that feedback. And I will take that and work on that, because you're absolutely right. Like I did leave you hanging quite a few times, and every single time he found something to do. Like, he directed me to somebody's channel, and he was like, hey Kim, you speak a lot about this is the top performing videos on your channel, and in this area, one of the top performing YouTubers is this guy. It was somebody I had never heard of before. And so he was like, if you look at what he's doing a bunch of shorts. You have no shorts. We need to start doing shorts to increase the engagement. And I'm just like, this dude is a consultant. Like, y'all don't understand. Like, I can't explain it. You have to experience it. And am I saying that every virtual assistant is like this? No. My virtual staffing firm did a great job vetting him, and then they took all the applications and they narrowed it down to, I think it was 4 that they initially sent me. And from those 4, again, from the first time I opened up his Google Slides presentation showing his credentials, his little video, remember, he's like, good day. But yeah, that from those 4, I was like, I think that's my guy. And then when I met them on person on the Zoom, he hit everything. And like I said, the only way he could have ruined it is if he was a robot, and he wasn't. He had a personality. So, is every VA like this? No. But that's the other thing when you're working with a staffing firm. They let me know, hey, don't feel bad if the person you think is it turns out not to be it. If you need to redirect and it's not a fit for you, just let us know and we'll find somebody else who is a better fit. We'll go through the process again until we get the right person for you. Fortunately for me, that wasn't the case. He was the right fit. It's just that this is not the right time. Life has happened, and personal situations have affected the business. So he had to resign. But again, it's no bad blood. Cypher, if you need something, recommendations, if you move back now, let a sister know. So I hope that helped y'all. Joy said the goal is to make money and enjoy it. Absolutely, Joy. It's real work. It's all worth it in the end. Yes. All right. My Facebook user. Who is this Facebook user? I'm working on it. You both have made me realize that I need a VA. Yes, that's the goal. And need to fit it into the budget. Yes. And I'm going to tell y'all this. I need you to think about it like this, because I was listening to my money mentor, Myron Golden. All right. Those of you who are on, you can text hashtag money Myron to that same number. And if you want like some serious jewels that have helped me increase my money, right? So that I could afford a VA and make more sales, hashtag money Myron to that same number. Now, Myron Golden says this. I almost lost it. Oh, so this is how you have to think about it, Facebook user. I had Cypher for 40 hours a week, right? So I was trying to get all this stuff done in only the time that I had. I want you to think about everything that you could give to somebody who's working 8 hours a day for you. Now, what I want you to think about is whatever, I don't care whether you're selling a product or a service, right? How many more sales could you make interfacing with your audience in the time that is freed up by you not having to do those tasks that you outsource to someone like Cypher? I don't know if I articulated that correctly, but just understand this. I make the most money when I do videos. I had stopped making videos, y'all, because I was doing a lot of admin stuff. I was doing a lot of stuff on the back end with optimizing the videos. I would cut videos and not even upload them because I was so backed up and stuff. So then when Cypher came on and he started doing those things, I was able to make more videos. And guess what? Now, even though Cypher is leaving, it's going to take them probably about 2 weeks to get me another VA, I'm guessing. And we have enough of a backlog, right, Cypher, for me to schedule videos every 2 weeks. I mean, I'm for the entire period that he won't be here. Like, he's done thumbnails. I have videos ready to go. I just have to roll them out. So I hope that helped you, Facebook user. If you're thinking about the budget for a virtual assistant, you do need some money coming in. But I'm telling you right now, if you have some money coming in, the time that your virtual assistant is going to free you up to make more money will more than pay for the virtual assistant. Ken Collier says, turn that payroll into a bigger paycheck. And he's so right. Oh my gosh, he's so right about that. I hope I'm really hey, this now, Cypher, you don't know, but this is actually my sponsor in my product-based business, the head of Team Excitement. So that's why we call it Team Excitement. So he said that you will be missed. Carrie, I'm really tripping. Cypher don't know. I don't be liking people. Okay, how is this troll keep getting in here? That's good. Oh yeah, that's what's up. Do I have to go all the way through the vetting process for a replacement VA? I want you to understand the vetting. I didn't really do anything, y'all. So my guess is that we'll have to start over from there, because they knew this was his resignation. Which, by the way, my payment has been put on hold, of course. So they're already working on finding somebody for me. So I'll pick up the process again from, I assume, the point where they'll send me a pool. Like, they're going to take all of their VAs that they have currently right now that's not paired with a client, and then send me a handful to review. And from that handful, yes, they always going to let you talk to them by Zoom so that you can see if the vibe is right, right? Because a person can have all of the credentials, but then it just doesn't click for some reason. So I'll start over from the process of picking from the people that they've already picked from. Does that make sense, Alice? That's a very good question. Shalom. I have to watch the replay. Thank you for sharing your VA with us. May his journey be endless. Oh yeah, it's no
Thank
doubt in my
you.
mind. It's no doubt in my mind that Cypher is going to be super successful. Now I'm putting you on the spot here, but do you want to tell the people how old you are?
I'm actually 20 years old.
You're what?
I'm 20 years old.
Yeah, y'all. So 20 years old, Cypher wheeling and dealing, working with people internationally. I mean, got it going on, learning YouTube and all types of stuff. It's no doubt in my mind that you're gonna do great. Yes, Myron Golden is awesome, and if you need money for a VA, you definitely should tap into his sales tactics, get those sales up, and trust me, you will be able to afford um this VA. Yes, I'm trying to give you guys a different way to think about it, because too often we're so tired from doing the like smallest task in our business. We really don't have a time to take a step back and make better decisions for our business. I'm telling y'all, I could have been so much further sooner if I had somebody to tell me from this perspective and if I had listened. So I really want that for you all. Text hashtag VA Buddy to 404-383-5953, so that we can continue this conversation, so that those of you who don't have the money right now can start doing the free things to prepare for a VA, so you don't make the mistakes that I made. I was fortunate to have Cypher, but you could not be as fortunate. And if you have these gaps in task time, activity given to the VA, your VA could just be sitting there playing solitaire or whatever. I don't think that would really literally happen, but I had somebody who took initiative. But you don't want to, you're paying for this person, for this person's skill sets, so why not use them? So in my course, I'm going to be talking about all the things that I should have done that you can do now, things you can do for free until you get the money to pay for a VA. All right. My boy Poochie, he said, glad I caught this. I'm glad you're here, brother. All right. And then yes, CMB Fresh. I'm sorry. I think that's what it stands for. Design Studio said VAs, virtual assistants, are vital. I try to make sure I benefit from them as much as they help me and my business. Yes, 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 absolutely. So I see you, UFO undisclosed. But since we're talking about the subject of virtual assistants, that's why I did not highlight your comment. But I'm happy that you're here, nonetheless. Okay. All right. So I think that is it. I don't see any other questions coming in. Cypher, again, thank you so much for not only doing this broadcast, but everything that you have done. I am so appreciative. Thank you for the feedback as well. Thank you for having my back. Yeah, and you can't get rid of me.
Same would go for me.
We still gonna be Facebook friends. And if something changes, I would love, 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 love to work with you again. So we're friends forever. I'm cheesy. All right. Anything else you want to say, Cypher?
I'd actually just like to circle back a little bit on the VA staffing firm and how their pay. I'm pretty sure. I think IHR Buddy actually handles the payments for you. Yes, Kim.
Yeah. Oh,
Uh,
absolutely.
that itself would be a great time saver for most entrepreneurs out there. As the payroll, they handle the vetting process. They even you could be sure that your VA is actually ready and positioned for assisting you, because they actually hold a 1 week training and testing for your virtual assistants before vetting them. So I would say, for people on the fence, if they want to do it themselves or the staffing firm, honestly, the staffing going for the staffing firm will just pay for itself.
Yeah.
That's it. And thank you for all the kind and positive comments.
Yeah, I have to say I have been so happy with my process, even when everything didn't go according to plan, because things happen. But Ken Collier always reached out to me, made sure things were right. Every single week they texted me and they were like, hey, is everything cool with your VA? Anything we should know about? And I never had any issues. My only issue is that it's come to an end. But yeah, I appreciated, because when you start paying somebody, and it was even funny for me to hear Cypher say earlier that I was his employer, because I don't really think about it like that, but it really is the truth. And that, with that, if you get the wrong person, your virtual assistant will be a nightmare. Okay, so I opted to go the route that, all things considered, with how my lifestyle is set up, I didn't want to do the job posting, sort through the interviews, go through all of that, do the payroll, do the ISR forms, IRS forms, do the clearances, do the background checks, have to remember to pay every week. IHR Buddy has, and by the way, guys, if you want to work with them, please, if you don't mind, not only are they great at finding great people, not only are they super communicative with you, but they also have a referral program. So if you don't mind, if you're watching this video and you do want to work with them, please text the hashtag VA Buddy down below. And if you want to reach out to them, use my referral link as a thank you to me for putting you on game. Because guess what? Once you sign up with them, you will also have the opportunity to get a referral link. And that can also help mitigate the cost of your VA. So there are so many great things that I could say about them. But yeah, everything that Cypher said is the truth. They automatically take my weekly payment off my credit card, and then they pay Cypher from what I paid them. And by the way, even though Cypher is in the Philippines and I'm across the world in the United States, the fact that I am paying someone overseas via a US company means it's a full tax write-off. We got to do the paperwork for that now. But, have your ducks in a row and your business affairs in order, and you can write off the full cost. Can't we say win, 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 win for everybody, right? So that's all I have to say about that. Thank you, Design Studio, CMB Fresh Design. Blessings upon you both, and you all as well. I don't see any other questions. So Cypher, just like me, the people love you, man. The people love you.
Thank you, everybody.
And again, I'm appreciative. I'm appreciative. My whole family knows you. My son is gonna come back and be like, "Where's Cypher?" And I'm gonna be like, "He's gone." But I appreciate you. Thank you so much. I know it's almost time for you to get off, but yeah, whatever you could do, I'm gonna go ahead and put you back in the waiting room, and then just end this broadcast with all the pleasantries. Um, okay, so Althea, this is a good one. Can we get a VA if we have a sole proprietorship? Sure, absolutely, yeah. But it's just, I don't give tax advice. disclaimer. But I would say, Althea, please talk with your tax professional about what it really means to have a sole proprietorship. Oftentimes, I know for me, I was operating as a sole prop because I thought it was too much work to operate as an LLC or an S corp. And then I actually partnered with. I went from getting my taxes done by the person who was my tax person when I was just an employee, and I got a firm that specializes in working with entrepreneurs like me, and they had a service that created my LLC for me. So when I said, "Hey, I want to create a business entity," they sent me the invoice, I sent them the money, and then they took over all of that for me. And again, just like this, it was well worth the cost, and now things are much better. You want to position yourself out there, and all of you position yourself to really not have to struggle as much in your business, right? So create that entity the right way, build your business credit, and then that goes into a whole nother thing, right? What if you're putting your costs for your VA weekly on your business credit card and you're building business credit and do you see what I'm saying? Hopefully you do. Okay. Facebook user said, I've been looking for a VA. Okay, let me let Cypher go. Because I do, and I don't know how much time you have, Cypher, but if you can chop out the highlights of this, and if you can't, you can't, because today is your last day. But dang, it was some good nuggets in here. But leave some SOPs for the next person to chop out the highlights of this video. Thank you so much for agreeing to do this. I miss you already, man.
And I'll miss everyone and you, Kim. It's been a blessing having this community with me and Kim. Thank you, everybody.
All right, bye, Cypher. All right, so y'all, I'ma miss my guy. He's back in the back doing his hair. I see you, Cypher. But no, that's my buddy, y'all. So yeah, Facebook users say I've been looking for a VA, and it can be a daunting task. Like you can spend a whole bunch of time looking for a VA, still not find the right person, and be like, I'm gonna come back to this later, like us entrepreneurs do, and then you never get back around to it. So yeah, you just have to pick your poison, right? So for me, I would rather put up a little bit more money to have everything done for me, because otherwise I would never get it done. Althea said, we understand and plan to get our LLC very soon. Awesome, sis. Yay. Yay. You're in Georgia too, Althea? Yeah, I'm in Georgia. And so, yes, Brad, what is it? Ruffleberger, whatever. That's our Secretary of State. We just did a renewal. So you guys want to pay attention to, like, look who is the Secretary of State in your state and find out how it works with forming your LLC, because for some of them it's annually based on the time that you sign up, and then for others of them it's like it doesn't matter when you sign up, the renewal is due at the beginning of the year. So if that were the case, you would not want to create an LLC in December, right? Because you would pay to create it in December, and then if you're in a state where their renewal is at the beginning of the year, then in January you're turning around and creating that again. Now, I'm not saying that, if it's June, you should wait till the new year, because I done lost out 6 months already. No, I'm not saying that, but I'm just saying, what if you're in a state where it's January and you say, my Christmas gift to myself is I'm gonna finally create my LLC. Okay, sis. You should have checked them records and how those renewal fees work before you did that. You know what I'm saying? Okay. Hey, Ebony Roses, couldn't do the LLC, but I have put my DBA in motion, and it's good for 6 years. So for those of you who do not know, a DBA it stands for doing business as. Ebony Rose, you are still, I'm sure that works for your situation. And again, guys, nobody on here is giving you tax advice or business entity advice. We're just conversing. This is all for entertainment purposes only. But Ebony, just the fact, sis, that you know what those things mean, and that you're moving in the right direction for you are ahead of most. We got to start having more of these conversations, y'all, instead of flashing cash and talking about cars and talking about the scuba trip we took in Dubai. When all is said and done, and that Instagram reel is the views are counted up, what the business affairs looking like on the back end, right? Are you really a business, or are you just a social media celebrity perpetrating as a business? You know what I'm saying? So, and you guys will be surprised how many people look the part and they're really not making any money other than the money from selling you the dream. And you would be surprised at how many people look like me and they're making a bunch of money, right? And they don't have to do all of that to sell you the dream because they're actually legitimately getting their money from customers who want their product and or service. So I hope that makes sense. But proud of you, Ebony Roses. And I'm proud of all of you who joined the broadcast. You know, you could be looking at anything. You could be, you know, looking at some fight video or some twerk video, but you're here learning something for your business. And if you found value, I want you to let me know. Definitely, association brings about assimilation. So I'm sure that many of you have friends that are like-minded. So do me a favor, not only like this video on YouTube, that's the thumbs up sign, it's free, but also share the video. Share the video with someone. I don't know too many people who would show you their VA. I don't know too many VAs who would agree to do this. I don't know too many people who interface with the public and have these very real conversations where you guys can ask questions. Most people will say, hey, if you want to know this information, my consultation fee is this much and my course is that much. And yes, I will be selling a course because I think it's important to package it up in a way that makes sense. And many of you got great value out of my text messaging masterclass. The feedback was tremendous. Over 250 people took that class, and many of you signed up for it. Others of you said when you are ready to get a tech service, you got good food for thought. And so, yeah, every single course that I give, I'm going to over deliver on. It's always going to start with a low price because I usually build out the course with you, and then the price will rise as we go through various iterations. And I use your feedback, the first come feedback to make the final version good. That's just how I build out my courses. It's a way for you all to hold me accountable, and again, to offer a cost-effective version for those who are watching their budget. Yeah, it's just a win-win. I like creating win-wins. Okay. Facebook user said, I will be texting the number. I need someone to have a VA look at event spaces. Facebook user, you know what's so crazy about you saying that? Ken Collier, who's over the VA staffing firm that I use, he has, and like I remember a presentation that he did in one of my mentorships with Derek Harper, and he was doing that presentation. He said, y'all, I'm in my event space right now. He was like, I had it for a few months. I don't do anything for this space. My VAs run though. Oh, it's Tahira. Sis, why you all incognito? She said, it's me, Tahira. Tahira Ogletree. Okay, sis. I didn't know that was you. Oh, that's so funny. So yeah, Ken Collier was in his event space, and I'm not gonna put his business out there, but that event space makes him more money than I used to make working at DeKalb Technical College with a master's degree over 40 hours a week. Okay. And that is passive income because he has everything like remotely accessed, and the VAs over every single one of Ken Collier's businesses he does with his VAs. He'll get the business, he'll get the property, he'll get the whatever, and then get a VA to come along with him as he's learning from whoever's mentoring him. As he's learning, the VA, he said he doesn't do a Zoom, he doesn't do a call, he doesn't do a meeting without a VA coming with him to transcribe his notes and create the SOPs. Ken Collier, who has a GED, who had his first kid when he was 14, who dropped out of school by the time he was 17. Ken Collier, who statistically shouldn't be doing any of these things. Okay? So, I not only got a VA through a virtual staffing firm, but I got it from a man who has beat all the odds, right? Even though I have a master's degree, he is smarter than me in business, right? So I really want y'all to get out of your own way and just really tap into people who have the real results. And oftentimes they're not the people that you're going to see on like social media like that, because Ken is pretty quiet. Like, he's not like, hey, yo. No, he's not one of those social media types. Okay. Tahira said, definitely found value. Thank you. Hold on one second. So is this Dr. Edwards? There's more than one Facebook user. Is this Dr. Edwards? This is my name twin. Hey, Kenny man, what's going on? You were up late / early with me last night too. Okay. Thanks again. You're making sense. Please for that. So the good thing is, after this, we've been here for like an hour and 5 minutes, but after this broadcast ends, it will remain on my YouTube channel as well as my Facebook page. So you can go back, you can watch the replay, you can take notes. Because I definitely want to bring you guys value that you can use and apply in your own business. Okay. Shout out to Georgia. What part of Georgia you in, Jermaine? Thank you. Forgive my ignorance. No, this is the place to ask questions. I'm glad that you got interacting with me. An SOP is standard operating procedures. So it is how you do something. For example, when you guys place an order with me, and so once y'all tell me that let's say you say, hey, Kim, I want 4 of those, right? All you know is I say invoice sent in a few minutes. Well, for my virtual assistant, I would have to create that workflow. I would say, okay, when somebody says they want an invoice, this is how you come up with the price. This is the sheet that you should reference to tell them what the price will be based on what they want. Once they tell you what they want, you go. I need your address and your email. And then you go to this system. I use Invoice ASAP. I would put my password for Invoice ASAP in LastPass, which is a database that houses all of my passwords. So when I give a virtual assistant software that I use, I'm not giving them all of my individual passwords. I'm putting those passwords in a vault, and I'm only giving them access to the vault based on their permissions in my organization. So like when they leave, I can click a button and say they no longer have access, and how you can use these tools to go from operating like any of these businesses that you do business with, right? You can literally have like departments. VA, think of a VA like a department. This virtual mine won't have access to, but they'll have access to the vault that houses your financials that are hidden. If that makes sense. It'll make sense if you take the course. I promise you that. But it's very important that you have those SOPs, because Althea, think about it like this. If I came to you today and I said, hey, Althea, hey, sis, I want to just gift you. Would you be able to take advantage of that gift? Do you have a video form? It could be in like an employee where you can just say, great, here's what you do. And they could have like a list. And then when they click invoice, it opens up a video to say, you click here, you put this there, you put the quantity there. Once you hit send, it goes to the thing, and da. Once they pay the invoice, it's going to show up in this email. When you see that, put it on that spreadsheet. Do you have that outlined? Or would you have to take that virtual assistant and be like, oh, shoot, what's my login again? I'm sorry, I don't know my logins because they saved on my computer. So hold on, let me reset this. Do you see what I'm saying? Would you waste time working through what you already know because you're trying to download everything from your head and upload it to their head on the spot? many of us, even if someone gifted us a virtual assistant, we wouldn't be able to properly utilize them because everything is here. We need to take it out of here and put it on there in the computer, in these systems and these things that I'm gonna tell you about, that you could literally start setting up and working on before you have the money for a virtual assistant. Does that help you, Althea? And I didn't even know anything about SOPs until I took Derek Harper's mentorship last year. Derek Harper is the automation king, y'all. Okay. He went from having $1 million business that he was not profitable in. Understand that. Revenues and profits, two totally different things. So he had over $1 million in revenue, but he was still supplementing payroll with his credit cards. And he was so depressed that he almost thought about doing some very drastic things for money. And then, fast forward a few years later, he's 1.33 million in debt. And he's now making, I think last year he made 13 million. I can say this because he says this. And I've told you guys about Derek Harper. If you've been listening to me, he has totally helped me in the 1 year that I've been, a year and a few months now that I've been tapped into him. He's helped me so much. And the paid mentorship that I was paying him for last year, he did away with. He's now offering a lot of that knowledge in his free hive that any of you can be a part of. You just text hashtag free hive to the number down below, and my system will automatically tell you what you need to do to get invited to the free hive. Okay, just send the text, and then from there we can go. Speaking of that text service, again, I want to thank the people that donate to $BetterBodyCrew. In this video, the most recent donors that I'm thinking are Kevin Lamar McCants, Tara Jefferson, Tamara Merges. She is the sponsor for this video because she is the top donor. Rasheem Mitchell and Desireen Jackson, as well as, last but not least, Latina Saab 18 on Facebook. Okay, so those are the people that donate to help me cut down costs so that I can even provide that tech service to you guys for free. And I really, really, really appreciate them. They don't have to do it, but they do it anyway. So y'all drop some hearts down for my donors. Okay. All right. So let me see here. The freezes. Yeah, I was freezing. It's not Kim Edwards. I was typing your name and her name came up. Well, I'm happy you came to the broadcast. I know there's so many acronyms in business, but there's so many things we have to do in business. Yes, Leona, he's only 3 weeks old and today is his last day. I see that you recently entered the broadcast, but watch the replay to find out why. There's no hard feelings. But before he left, he dropped a lot of gems. He dropped a lot of jewels for me to use going forward with my new VA, whoever they will be, as well as for you guys to use in preparation for a virtual assistant. What is the name of the password vault again? LastPass. And if you text, I think I have a referral link for that too. What did I tell you guys? Anything that you're using, always see if they have a referral program. And I believe I have a referral link for you guys as well too. So you can text me and ask me for it for sure. You're in Lawrence County, small town below Macon. Okay. All right. So I pass you all the time going from Savannah to Atlanta. Awesome, Jermaine. I'm happy that you're here. Yes, it helps. I have everything in the business Google Drive. So you're talking about Google Workspace, right? That's very, very good. So you're ahead of the game, right? Did you know though, Althea, that Google Workspace has a referral program? Yes, sis. So literally, sis, as you are doing your business, you can do the same thing that I'm doing. Do your business, but then get on Facebook, get on YouTube and talk about the business of your business and the people that you will help, right? Because we're all put here to serve a certain group of people. But the people that you will help, they'll ask you, what do you use? What do you this? And then you can give them your referral link and literally create a whole nother stream of income. Affiliate money is so big. It's so easy to make because you're using those products anyway, and you're just telling people what works for you. and they will appreciate you sharing with them, and they'll happily use your link, and that literally will create a whole nother stream of income for you. All right. um every bit of time matters. It really does. And when I look at my mentors, that again, Derek Harper, he's making millions. He's creating all these multiple businesses. And I was like, at the time that I met him, I'm like, Kim, you got this one little business and you can't get it together, girl. But then when I did his mastermind retreat, and he was literally like, we got this huge Airbnb. He had his VAs do everything. They organized the photo shoot for us. They organized the videographer who created content for us. They organized the chef, the this or that. He did everything. Mr. Harper, when he wasn't pouring knowledge into us, he was on the couch sleep, because we had a good time that night, because we had all types of stuff going on. They had a pool table, they had a bar, so it was fun and finance. It was so much stuff. It was SOP talk. It was talk about the future, and just I cannot stress to y'all the power of mentorship. I would not know a quarter of this stuff if I had not plugged into him last year. I just wouldn't. And for the longest time, from 2015 until I'll say 2020, I pretty much did the same thing, and I did not grow because I didn't want to tap into mentors. I want to do everything free on YouTube. I was like, I can go to YouTube University. And while that is true, I'm not knocking YouTube. Y'all are watching me on it. So why would I do that? So while I'm not knocking it, I will tell you, like I just said a few moments ago, you can get bits and pieces of the puzzle, but you still need that the picture on the box top, that if you don't understand how the picture is supposed to look, how can you put together the pieces of the puzzle? So that's where courses come in. And when you have a little bit more money, that's where mentorship comes in. Courses you do on your own. But with mentorship, they're giving you the information, and then they're holding you accountable. Like when I was in Harper's mentorship, we had to meet every week. And if I didn't do my homework, which a lot of times I didn't, I was a horrible mentee. I told y'all I got to work on my discipline. But he didn't play. Like, he was like, what are you doing? And so, yeah, it's invaluable, y'all. All right. I'm so happy to be here. Oh, I'm so happy to hear that. Someone's trying to get some CPA. I don't know. How does this person keep? I'm sorry, y'all, for that troll on here. It's a bot, I can tell. You guys know that like 40% of the internet is not real people, right? They're bots. So, yes, thank you, Jermaine. Yes, tell the donors thanks. Tell the people who are part of the Cash App crew, because I really, really, really appreciate them. It would be a lot harder for me to do what I do if they didn't do what they did. So, on that note, I said this before about 30 minutes ago that we were going to end, but we're really going to end now. Y'all had some great questions, and I'm so encouraged to see people who want to do things the right way. As long as y'all continue to show up with these great questions, I will do my best to continue to show up with the answers. All right, if I have them. But take advantage of the resources that I'm sharing with you all, especially the free hive, because there's no reason for you not to. And even if you don't go the route that I've gone with everything, you're going to meet somebody in the free hive, I'm almost 100% sure, that's going to help you get to the next level. Okay. All right, y'all. I think that's it for now. Yay. Again, Cypher, thank you so much for everything. I appreciate you so much. And I'm going to miss you, man. Bye, y'all.